Hello ladies, and welcome to Friday afternoon. And today, this afternoon, we're going to be talking about all things Facebook. We're going to be talking about Mark's announcement this morning that has got people in a panic. We're going to be talking about Facebook advertising briefly because, overall, because it's something that very few people really do understand. And after Mark's announcement this morning, it's something that's really important that you begin to understand. Okay, so let's start with what Mark said. And what Mark said this morning was that going forward, it's not happening immediately because I've got to basically rebuild Facebook. But going forward, public posts from pages are going to receive less priority in the newsfeed. Now, you may have been aware that previously the stats say that 2% of people who like your Facebook page are seeing your page post in their newsfeed. So it's already a pretty poor number, okay? For the last couple of years or so, I personally have been saying to stop aiming for the goal of engagement on your Facebook page, because it's been harder for the typical Facebook page owner to get their page post seen in the newsfeed. It's already been quite difficult to do that. And so if we focus on that as a priority, we're not gonna, we're gonna feel bad. We're not gonna see the good stuff. The good stuff about your Facebook page is that it's a brochure. Hi Lisa. It's a brochure. It's a brochure that you can update every day, every other day, however often. But this brochure showcases your business. It showcases who you are and positions you as the expert. So this is where you can be sharing your content, your blogs, your videos. This is where you can be posting about your lead magnets. If you've got a lead magnet, something for free, we'll talk about that in a minute, to invite people to subscribe to your email list or to your messenger list, okay? But when you write post on Facebook or when you add post to Facebook, think of it as a long-term asset for your business, not from the perspective of short-term engagement, okay? Now, the other benefit, and this for me is like the big benefit of Facebook pages, if you are creating video content, create your video content on your page, from your page, and then Facebook offers you the ability to track the audiences who are watching your videos, okay? Because what Mark has said, so what's been happening certainly over the last year, and you probably have noticed this yourself, but you're becoming more discerning about who you allow or who you invest time in following and reading and consuming their content on Facebook. Historically, years ago, we used to be about give me all the information, right? And now I think a lot of us are a little bit overwhelmed with all of the information, and we're getting a little bit fed up with the people who just make a lot of noise about not a lot. And we are turning to people like me and Louise who are actively creating value for our audience. People who put the needs of their audience, or the wants of their audience ahead. Our priority is you, okay? Now, these are the people who will win in the long term. What's going to happen is, with these updates from Facebook, the people who are just here to make a lot of noise and become famous for not very much will disappear. And those of us who are here to add value in the long term will stick this out. So the first message is to stop seeing your Facebook business page as a short-term engagement generator The second message is to be here in Facebook for the long term. If you're here to be of service to your audience, if you're here to add value and make a difference, you're going to be fine, okay? You don't need to panic, because there is going to be a lot of panic. Certainly over the next few days, this is going to go down. There's going to be mass hysteria, basically. There's going to be, we don't need to panic. Don't buy into that, because if you are here to add value and be of service in the long term, you are going to be absolutely fine. And it's for us that these updates are happening, all right? The updates are for the greater good, right? So one of the things that we should spend more, so going back to this update, he said that Facebook public page posts are going to get less priority in the newsfeed. Higher priority will be given to personal profiles of your friends and family. And friend is a very wide word in 2018. And groups, right? Now, what I see happening here is in prioritizing groups, they want us to go and make more use of groups as a precursor to introducing, I believe, he hasn't said that, as a precursor to introducing ads in groups. And I wonder if we will be allowed to target people in specific groups with ads later, but don't worry about that just now. But groups and personal profiles are going to get priority over pages, right? Now, that doesn't mean you shut your page. Do not shut your page. Your page is of huge value. Every business should have a page, but don't put your effort into growing those like numbers, because it has zero. It's not going to add anything to your bottom line. Use your page as a brochure. Your personal profile is a networking tool. You are here in this group as yourself. I am here in this group as myself. We can network with each other. And Facebook is an extremely powerful way to network. It's the biggest networking event you'll ever attend. And the other benefit is when you are networking in groups where your peers are, where your the experts that you're following are, and where your ideal dream clients are hanging out, you have an opportunity to position yourself as the person who is adding the value and is here to serve and make a difference, because this is where we meet. Groups are where we often meet the experts that we choose to see in our newsfeed. So that position is open for all of us if you want to claim it. All right. So if you're putting lots of energy into building every page, reinvest that energy to networking in groups, and be in groups, adding value, having conversations, because when you answer somebody else's post, your comment gets read, and that step by step you will build an audience who see value in you, who are listening to you, and who are choosing to hear from you. Now, you choose to hear from people by using a friends list, right? You can use a friends list and create like a little mini newsfeed of all the people that you want to hear from. So after this, I'll drop some links and instructions underneath. But basically, in terms of the update from Mark, don't panic. Nothing is going to change negatively if you are here to be of service, add value, and play the long game to make a difference to your client, right? Now, I'll drop some instructions about creating a friends list afterwards, and you can use friends list to do you also know about the see first thing? You can opt to see people's posts at the top of your news feed. So I have certain experts that I choose to see first. So as soon as I open Facebook, their posts are the first that I see. You also have the friends list, which means that when your chosen experts are posting, you are notified that they have posted. Now, you can be that person to your audience by showing up and adding value and being of service and caring about the people that you're here to serve. Okay. Now, the other element of Mark's update this morning is going to be an increase in the number of people paying to advertise on Facebook, because obviously adverts are still going to get priority in the newsfeed. That's their income, right? So they're not going to hide those away. So, as well as being here to serve, we should be thinking more strategically now about advertising, because as the demand grows, then the supply reduces. There is already not enough room in the newsfeed. That's why they keep updating the algorithm. Even for ads, they still can't. There's not an unlimited amount of space that they can put ads into. So what happens is, Facebook are becoming more discerning about who they allow to advertise. Now, this is where the problem might occur. Because for most people, the introduction to Facebook ads comes from clicking on that boost post button on the page. You click boost post, you pay a sum of money, and it boosts the post, shows the post to more people over a period of 1 to 7 days, whatever, right? And for many of you boosting posts, I know this just from the clients that I work with, so it's not apply exactly to you, but from the clients that I work with, many are choosing to boost the post to either people who like your page or choosing random interests, people who are interested in personal development, people who are interested in some person, Tony Robbins. It's a very broad interest. Now, what that means for you is that unless you've got a huge budget, you're only going to reach a minuscule number of that audience overall, because it's a huge audience, right? And your ad is likely to be not relevant to the people that you're showing it to. It's not relevant because they have never indicated any interest in hearing from. If you're targeting people who like Tony Robbins or people who like personal development, they've never expressed any interest in hearing from you previously. If you were targeting people who like your page, I've had my page for 7 years, right? 7 or 8 years. There are people who will have liked my page 7 or 8 years ago who have zero interest in me now. Same for you. So if you're boosting your posts to people who like your page, you're assuming that people who like your page are interested in you, and that's not the case. So you are not relevant to the people who are not interested either. Now, this is the kind of advertising tactic that over a period of time could see your ad account being flagged, because this is the kind of attitude to advertising that Facebook want to discourage. What they want to encourage are advertisers who care about their users, because Facebook's whole thing is around giving their users a positive experience. No matter what we might say privately about whether that's truth or not, that is their mission. That everyone who uses Facebook has a positive experience of their time on the platform. And just showing the same ads to random people who have never indicated interest and are probably not interested at all is not caring about their users, is not giving their users a positive experience. And frankly, as time goes on and demand way exceeds supply, it's already happening, they will stop you from advertising. Now, I don't want to sit here and say this from a like, oh my God, let everyone start panicking about the ads account, okay? But what you should commit to in 2018 is understanding how Facebook ads work. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go a quick overview of what you are buying when you buy Facebook ads, and I've got a download for you that I'll give you afterwards where I've written all over it to explain what I'm saying now. But if you have ever opened up Facebook Ads Manager and gone, which I think, I know I did the first time I opened it, what did all of this mean? And if you've ever set up a Facebook ad and not really understood everything that you're ticking, having to choose, this is the year to learn, okay? But let's start with the screen that you're confronted with when you open Ads Manager, right? So what I want is for you to stop boosting posts from your page. And when I'm Prime Minister of Facebook, because you know that's going to happen, when I am, I want to take that button away because it's a colossal waste of your money. And there are better ways to spend it. So let's talk about spending it to get what you want. All right? So when you open up Ads Manager, the first screen you see says choose your marketing objective. And there are 3 columns. The first column is headed up awareness. The second column is headed up consideration. And the third column is headed up conversion. Now, most people, when they boost their post, are hoping for traffic to the website or paying customers or opt-ins, subscribers to your list, conversions. When you boost a post from your page or when you select the engagement marketing objective on Ads Manager, you are buying likes and comments on that post. You are not buying clicks to your website or paying customers or email subscribers. So quite often when someone says to me, oh, I've been using Facebook ads and they don't work for me, with a little bit of digging, I can establish that they've been boosting posts expecting customers. And that's not what they got because it's not what they bought. Okay? So when you boost a post, you're buying likes and comments. If you want likes and comments, boost the post. If you don't, it's the wrong objective. Now, there are times where buying comments is what you want. For example, have you ever heard of a messenger bot? A messenger bot allows you to build a list, an audience of people who want you to communicate with them in Messenger. So this is not you just randomly sending private messages to people who have never asked to hear from you. This is them clicking a button, opting in to receive marketing messages from you in Messenger. Just like you're doing with your email list, you're sending people to an opt-in form, they opt in, and you can send them, you're allowed to send them emails. It's the same process, but in Messenger, okay? Now, one of the ways that you can attract subscribers to Messenger is by inviting them to comment on a post. And in the Messenger bot software, you automate the process that when someone comments on your post, they instantly, on autopilot, receive a message from you in Messenger, right? Now, in order to incentivize somebody to want to subscribe to your marketing via Messenger, you need to incentivize them. So, like inviting someone to opt in to your email list, you give them something in exchange for the opt-in. So you might have a free PDF or a free video set or free something that they can access in exchange for subscribing to your list. So you allow to email them, they get your free thing, right? And we call that a lead magnet. So on Messenger, you need a lead magnet to incentivize people to subscribe to your Messenger bot, right? So if you're using your Messenger bot, if you're automating your page post comments to subscribe people to your Messenger bot, that's when you want to buy ads. You want to buy comments, right? Because it's the comments that bring you the subscribers. Now after this, I'm going to pop a link underneath, because I've got one such post on my page where you can get a free guide to increasing your Facebook visibility, or essentially not putting your post together in any way that will see your visibility penalised, because there are certain things that you can do that will guarantee your post won't be shown to many people. So after this, I'll put a link to that post on my page, and you'll be able to see the process. You'll be able to see how that Messenger bot automation works, all right? And when you see this post, it makes sense why you would want to buy comments. So you would want to buy engagement or boost that post. So I haven't boosted it from the button on the page. I've done it from inside Ads Manager, all right? But I'll show you in a link underneath. You'll be able to see what I'm talking about. So incentivizing them to engage with you by offering them something for free, which you've automated, which also allows you to build a list of subscribers in Messenger, right? Now, let's talk about the ads, the other reason why you might want to run ads. So you want people to go to your website and check out your offer or your something on your website, your blog post or what have you. Or you want people to buy, all right? So the two main ad types that serve those two objectives are traffic and conversions. A traffic ad, you select which interest and which audiences you want to show the ads to, and then Facebook gets as many as possible of them to click on the link to your page, to your blog or your sales page or wherever you're sending them to, right? A conversion ad does the same thing, except Facebook show the ad to the selection of your audience who are most likely to convert, right? So it would be the obvious thing to always buy a conversion ad, except it's not quite as simple as that. Now, to explain it, I want to talk about, I want you to imagine that you live in a house, and I want you to see in front of you, it's a double fronted house, and you've got a big bit of lawn in front of your house, right? Two big bits of lawn. And on this side, you are having a yard sale, a garden sale. What do we call them? Come and buy my stuff sale, right? So what we do is we get a few people together in their cars and we say, drive around and bring us as many people as you can who are this age group, this gender, say, live in this area. So bring as many of them as you can to our yard sale. Then when people come to your yard sale and buy something, when they bought something, we ask them to go and stand on the other piece of lawn. So now you've got a piece of lawn over here that is full up of people at your yard sale, and you've got a piece of lawn over here that is not so much full up, but it's full with people who have only it's full with only the people who have bought something from over there. Make sense, Trevor? Right. Those cars that we sent out to bring all the people, that's a traffic ad. That is, go and get me as many people as you can from within these parameters to come to my yard sale. The people who we have over here on this side are your conversions. Now, unless we do this, unless we bring all the traffic and then segment out the conversions, we have no idea. We can't look at all of the people queuing up to come to the yard sale and guess who are going to buy, which out of this long queue of people are going to buy. We can guess, but we're not going to be right in a lot of cases. But if we bring all of the people to the yard sale first and then track those who have converted, we know, or Facebook know, information about these people who have converted, and then it can use that information to go and find more of them. Does that make sense? So when you want to buy conversions, first buy traffic. So you open up Ads Manager and you choose the traffic objective underneath the middle column. Choose the traffic objective to bring as many people as you can to your yard sale. And then you track those that convert. And then after you've got 100 people on the conversion side, now you can run conversion ads and say to Facebook, go and get me more of these people. That makes sense? So it's now got a profile of who your conversions are, who the people are that convert to you. Right? Now, in order to track conversions, we need a way of knowing who has converted. So if you're sending people to buy something, when they bought, you need to send them to a separate URL so that you know that only the people who have bought or have converted, depending on what your ad is for, are seeing that page. And we can do that with Facebook audiences. Now, I'm not going to go massively into audiences here because we're going to go way over time, but audiences, there are several different types of audiences, and the one type is that uses the Facebook pixel to track who is visiting your website or specific pages on your website over the past however long, right? You can also track the people who are engaging with your Facebook page. Now, that's the one I recommend you set up first if you're boosting posts, because that means in future, when you boost posts, you boost only to your engaged audience, not to everyone who has liked your page, so that you are more likely to be relevant to the people who have already been engaging with you, not by going in front of people who don't care. Right? You should also set up a website traffic audience as a minimum to people who visit your website, any page. on your website. People who visit your website are more interested in you than the general Facebook population. As a minimum, anyone who has visited your website and people who have engaged with your Facebook page, you should be tracking. If you run videos, if you have videos that you've uploaded to your Facebook page, then you can, the next type of audience that you can set up are video viewing audiences. So you can track who is watching your videos and how long for. Not specifically, it doesn't say, so Molly and Sally watched for 10 seconds. It doesn't give you any names, but you're just collecting a group of people inside an audience. And somebody who has watched, say, this video is interested in that they more likely than not have a business that they are marketing and or advertising on Facebook. So I know that this audience is interested in marketing and or advertising on Facebook, rather than trying to find the few of them who are interested in personal development. If I run an ad to people who've watched this video to do with Facebook, there's a high chance of relevancy compared to if I ran the same ad to people who are interested in personal development or business development. Does that make sense? So you want to be tracking your audiences. All right. Now, so you can buy engagement, but if you buy engagement, don't hope for conversions. You can buy traffic, and you should buy traffic until you've got 100 conversions. The reason why it's 100 is because Facebook, you can also, once you've created an audience and built an audience, you can, inside Facebook, create a lookalike audience. And so you've collected, say, an audience of people who like your page, have engaged with your page, and you could create a lookalike audience to find more people who are likely to be interested, right? Now, the minimum audience size for creating a lookalike audience is 100, which suggests that the algorithm needs, with 100 people, can build a relatively good picture, which will mean that your ads are cheaper, because the better the picture it can build, to when it puts your ads in front of the people who are most likely to buy, with 100 people, it's more likely to get it right than wrong. Okay? So let's just have a quick recap of what we've covered, because I know I've just been talking a lot for 35 minutes now. Right. Number one, don't panic about what Mark has said today, providing that you are here to serve your audience, be of value, and make a difference. Okay? What matters now is connection. We are choosing to filter out the noise and focus our attention on a few select experts who we know, like, and feel a connection with, and you can be that person for your audience. Okay? Go deeper with a smaller audience. Historically, it used to be the bigger the audience you had, the better. Now that's not the case. The smaller but more targeted and engaged your audience, the better you will survive. Okay? It's about not trying to appeal to big audiences, but to go deep, and not trying to appeal at a shallow level to a lot of people, but to go deeper with fewer and really build that connection. And for most of us, that's what we want. And if you're here to deliver that to your tribe, you will be fine. Make sure that you've got something of value to offer your audience, a PDF or video, whatever, to encourage them to opt in to your email list and or your messenger list, so you're not reliant on being seen in the newsfeed to follow up. Okay? Because if you are totally reliant on being seen in the newsfeed in order to stay in contact with your audience, it's gonna get difficult. So make sure that you have a way of contacting them outside of the news feed. Invest some time this year in getting an understanding of Facebook advertising, to stop just using that boost post button, because it's not going to do you any good long term in the case of keeping access to Facebook ads. Those of us who invest the time in understanding ads from the perspective of giving Facebook's users a positive experience will be fine. So spend some time learning about how to segment, how to track audiences, showing relevant ads to relevant audiences instead of just to everybody. Okay. Think about using a messenger bot. It's free. The messenger bot software is free, by the way. Using a messenger bot to incentivize people to comment on your Facebook page post and subscribe to your messenger list, which means that you'll be getting more engagement on your page. Building the engaged page audience for remarketing, and building a list, a separate audience of people, your most engaged audience, who are choosing to hear from you in Messenger. And one more thing about Messenger, the average email open rate is 25%, and not many people achieve that. On Messenger, 100% of messages are delivered, and 75% plus, and in some cases 95% plus of messages are read, opened and read. Because when a message comes through on your phone, your Messenger inbox, even if you don't answer it, you're reading it, right? Because you can't not read it. So you are seeing it. And because most of us receive less Messenger messages than email, so we're not filtering so much. So you've got, and that's a great way of getting back in front of the people who are choosing to hear from you. Because that's the key. We're not slaves to the algorithm. We have choice. Choice by subscribing to hear from the people that we want to hear from. Choice by using friends list to create a little separate news feed of the people that we want to hear from. And see first, so that you see your favourite people at the top of your news feed, and you can be that person to your audience when you invest time in networking in groups as yourself, and use your Facebook page as an ever-updating brochure that showcases your expertise, shows your content, invite people to opt into your lead magnet, and overall is there as a website inside Facebook that you are constantly updating and using to build audience assets as well. Your audiences, Facebook pages allow you to do that, and that you will survive any update in the algorithm for the long term. You'll be attracting inquiries, you'll be attracting new subscribers, you'll be attracting new paying clients, and you'll be building an audience of people who are seriously interested in you, get value from you, and turn to you first for help with what you do. For when they want that support and that help, you will be their first port of call, and you will have their loyalty as well. And that's extremely valuable. Never ever take your audience for granted, because that's so giving somebody, or being given that trust and that loyalty and having that connection is super, super valuable for everyone. And we have the ability to do that when we're here to serve. And that's what we are here to do, right? We are here to make a difference, to get our message out there and make a difference to the people that we're here to serve. All right, so that's it from me for this afternoon. I'll drop some links underneath. Any questions, pop them in the comments. I'll be here. I've got some free guides that I drop underneath, and if you want to talk to me about working with me to master Facebook advertising, or to create a lead magnet, or to get your messenger bot in place, then just drop me a comment, send me a message, and let's have a chat. All right, so I will see you back here very soon. Hey Dawn, I'll see you back here again very soon. Bye for now.